Betty, Betty, child, dear child, will you wake? Will you open up your eyes?
Uncle, Susanna Walcott is here from Dr. Griggs.
What does the doctor say, child?
Dr. Griggs, he bid me come and tell you, Reverend Sir, that he cannot find no medicine for it in his books.
Then you must search on.
He have been searching since he left you, sir. But he bid me come and tell you that you might look to unnatural things for the cause of it.
There be no unnatural causes here. Tell him I've sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly, and he'll surely confirm that. Go directly home and speak nothing of unnatural causes.
Aye, sir. I'll pray for her.
Uncle, the entire town is talking witchcraft. The parlor's packed with people. I think you'd best go down and deny it yourself. I'll sit with her.
And what shall I say to them? That I caught my daughter and my niece dancing like heathen in the forest?
We did dance, Uncle, but when you leaped out of the bush so suddenly, well, Betty took fright and she fainted. There's the whole of it. We never conjured spirits.
There is a faction that has sworn to drive me from my pulpit. Do you understand that?
I think so, sir.
Now then, in the midst of such disruption, my own household seems the very center of some obscene practice.
These were only sports!
I saw Tituba waving her hands over her fire, and I heard screeching and gibberish coming from her mouth.
She always sings her Barbados songs, and we dance.
Abigail, I have fought 3 long years to bend the necks of these stiff-necked people towards me. Your name in this town, is it entirely white? Is it not?
There be no blush about my name, sir.
Abigail, is there any other reason for what you have told me? For Goody Proctor discharging you? Has been 7 months and
They
no
want
other...
slaves, not such as I. Let them send to Barbados for that.
Why? It is surely a stroke of hell upon you. How high does she fly? How high?
No, she never flew.
Why, it's sure she did. Mr. Collins saw her going over Ingersoll's barn and come down light as a bird.
She never flew! Oh, good morning, Mr. Putnam.
It is a providence. The thing is out now. Why, her eyes is closed.
That's strange. Hers is open.
Your little Ruth is sick.
I do not call it sick. The devil's touch is heavier than sick. It's death, you know. It's death driven into the boar's head. Who?
Oh, pray not.
They say you've sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly.
A precaution only. He has much experience in all demonic arts. And I am certain there'll be no element of witchcraft.
No witchcraft!
Thomas! I pray you, leap not to witchcraft.
Mr. Paris, I have laid 7 babies unbaptized in this earth. And now, this year, my Ruth, my only, I see her turning strange. And so, I thought to send her to your Tituba.
To Tituba?
Tituba knows how to speak to the dead, Mr. Paris.
Goody Ann, it is a formidable sin to conjure up the dead.
Now look you, there is a murdering witch bound to keep herself in the dark. Let your enemies make of it what they will. You cannot blink it more.
Then it were you who were conjuring up spirits last night.
Not I, sir. Tituba and Ruth.
In my house! They'll trouble me with this!
Your pardons. I only thought to see how Betty was.
Why aren't you home? Who is with Ruth?
Her grandma come. She's improved a little, I think. She gave a powerful sneeze before.
Will you leave me now, Thomas? I would pray a while alone.
Now look you, let you strike out against the devil, and the village will bless you for it. Come, pray with them, speak to them. They're thirsting for your word, Mr. Paris.
I'll lead them in a song, but let you speak nothing of witchcraft. If she starts for the window, cry for me at once.
Yes, Uncle. Now, Betty, you sit up and you stop this nonsense. Wake up now.
Have you tried beating her? I gave Ruth a good one and it waked her for a moment. Here, let me have her.
No, they'll be coming up. Now look, if they be questioning us, tell them we danced. I already told him as much already.
Abby, I've just come from the farm. The whole country's talking witchcraft, Abby.
They'd be calling us witches.
They'll be calling us witches, Abby.
She means to tell. I know it. We've got to tell. Witchery's a hanging Arab. A hanging like they done in Boston 2 years ago.
Now, Betty, you sit up and, wake up now. I told your papa everything, so there's nothing for you to be afraid of.
I want my mama.
What ails you, Betty? Your mama's dead and buried.
I'll fly, oh mama, let me fly.
Betty, I told your papa everything.
But you drank blood, Abby.
You don't say that.
You did. You drank a charm to kill John Proctor's wife. You drank a charm to kill Goody Proctor.
Shut it!
Mama, mama!
Now look, you. All of you. We danced. And Tituba conjured with Putnam's dead sisters. And that is all. And if I hear a word about the others, then I will come to you in the black of some terrible night with a pointy reckoning that will shudder you. Now, Betty, you stop this nonsense and wake up!
Be you foolish, Mary Warren? Be you deaf? I forbid you go to Salem, did I not?
I only come to see the great doings in the world, sir.
I'll show you a great doing on your arse one of these days. Now get you home. My wife's waiting with your work. The road past my house is a pilgrimage to Salem all morning. The town's mumbling witchcraft.
Oh, posh. We were dancing in the woods last night is all, and she took fright.
Dancing by moonlight. You'll be clapped in the stocks before you're 20.
Give me a word, John. A soft word.
No, Abby, I've not come for that.
John, I am waiting for you every night.
Abby, I'll not be coming for you more.
I know how you clutched to my back and sweated like a stallion whenever I come near. I saw your face when she put me out. You loved me then, and you do now.
Child!
How do you call me child?
Abby, I may think of you softly from time to time, but I will cut off my hand before I'll ever reach for you again.
Oh, how I marvel at how such a strong man may let such a sickly wife be.
You'll speak nothing of Elizabeth!
Make it stop! Make it stop!
What's happening? What are you doing to her?
She heard you singing,
Betty.
She's up and screaming.
The psalm, she cannot bear to hear the Lord's name.
That is a notorious sign of witchcraft.
Rebecca, we are lost. She cannot bear to hear the Lord's name. There's a hard sickness here, Giles Corwin, so please keep the quiet.
Well, I've not said a word. No one here can testify that I've said a word. Now, is she gonna fly again? I hear she flies.
Pray, Giles, be calm. Now, I have 11 children, and am 26 times a grandmother. I think she'll wake when she tires of it.
Aye, that's the truth of it, Rebecca.
Wide opinions running in the church that the devil may be among us. And I would satisfy them that they are wrong.
And let you come out and call them wrong.
Pray, John, be calm. Mr. Paris, I think you'd best send Reverend Hale back as soon as he comes.
Reverend Hale will continue to look for signs of witchcraft here.
You cannot command Mr. Paris. We vote by name in this society, not by acreage.
Why, I never thought I heard you so worried on this society, John Proctor. In fact, I don't believe I've seen you at Sabbath meetings since snow flew.
Well, I have trouble enough that I come 5 miles to hear him preach only hellfire and bloody damnation.
Why, that's a drastic charge.
Mr. Paris, you are the first man to ever demand the deed to
I
this
am
house.
the third preacher in 7 years. I do not wish to be put out like the cat whenever some majority feels the wind. There is a party in this church. I am not blind. There is a faction and a party.
Against you?
Against him and all other authority.
Why? Then I must find it and join it.
He does not mean
All
that.
I mean is solemnly, Rebecca. I like not the stench of this authority. What do you say, Giles? He says there's a party.
Well, I've changed my opinion of this man. Mr. Paris, I never knew you had so much iron in you. And a suggestion of mine will the trouble be among us all these years. And think on it. Wherefore, as everybody's suing everybody, I've been 6 times to court this year.
Is it the devil's fault a man cannot say you good morning without you clapping for defamation?
Pray you, someone take these.
Oh, Mr. Hale, it is so good to see you again.
My, they're heavy. We shall need hard study if we are to find the old boy. Why, you cannot be Rebecca Nurse.
I am, sir. Do you know me?
Well, we have all heard of your great charities in Beverly.
Do you know this gentleman? Mr. Thomas Putnam and his good wife Anne.
Ah, the Putnams. Sir, I had not expected such distinguished company.
Will you look at my daughter, sir? She tried to leap out the window. We caught her on the high road this morning, waving her arms as though she'd fly.
Tries to fly?
Yes, sir.
That is a notorious sign of witchcraft.
Now, Mr. Putnam, the devil's presence is as definite as stone. We cannot judge anything beforehand.
It is agreed.
Indeed. Now, Mr. Paris, when did you first note this strangeness?
Why, sir, I caught her and my niece and 10 or 12 other girls dancing in the forest last night.
You permit dancing?
No, they were in secret.
Mr. Paris's slave has knowledge of conjuring, sir.
We cannot be sure of that, Goody Ann.
I know it, sir. I sent my child. She should learn from Tituba, who murdered her sisters. Mr. Hale, is it a natural work to lose 7 children before they live a day?
7 dead in childbirth?
What book is that?
In this book, the devil stands stripped of all his brute disguises.
Will it hurt the child, sir?
I cannot tell. If she is truly within the devil's grasp, we might have to rip and tear to get her free.
I think I'll go then. I am too old for this.
Now mark me, Mr. Paris. If the devil is truly within her, you are going to witness some frightful wonders. Now, Betty, dear, will you sit up? I am Reverend John Hale, and I'm a minister from Beverly. I've come to help you. Does someone afflict you, child? Abigail, what sort of dancing were you doing with her in the forest?
Why, common dancing is all.
I saw kettle in the grass where they were dancing.
That were only soup.
Mr. Paris, you didn't happen to notice any living thing in the kettle?
That frog jumped in. We never put it in there.
Abigail Williams, and maybe your cousin is dying. Did you call the devil last night?
Tituba did, not us.
I should like to speak with Tituba, sir. Ah. Abigail, did your cousin drink any of the brew in that kettle?
She made me do it. She made Betty do it.
Woman, have you enlisted these children for the devil?
No, sir. I don't truck with the devil.
You have sent your spirit out upon this child, have you not? Are you gathering souls for Satan?
You begged me to conjure, Abby. No. She begged me make charm.
Woman, I want you to wake this child.
I have no power on this child, sir.
You will confess yourself, or I'll take you out and whip you to your death, Tituba!
Don't hate Tituba. I tell him I don't desire to work for him, sir.
That's good. Now, when the devil comes to you, does he come with anyone else? Maybe someone from the village, someone you know.
Yes, sir.
How many? 2, 3, 4. How many?
There was 4. There was 4.
Who? Their names! Their names!
Oh, how many times he bid me kill you, Mr. Paris!
Kill me!
He said Mr. Paris must be killed. And then he come one stormy night to me, and he say, look, I have white people belong to me. And I look, and there was Goody Good and Goody Osborne.
Take courage. You must give us all their names.
I was open myself. I danced for the devil. I wrote this book. I saw Sarah Good with the devil.
I saw Martha Corey with the devil.
She speaks.
I saw Goody Good with the devil.
I saw Goody Howe with the devil.
I saw Goody Osborne with the devil.
I saw Isaac Horn with the devil.
I saw Goody Silver with the devil.
I saw Mr. Lloyd with the devil.
I saw Goody Level with the devil.
I saw Mr. Hooks with the devil.
I saw Goody Red with the devil.
I saw Mr. Charles with the devil.
I saw Goody Cats with the devil.
What keeps you so late? It's almost dark.
We're planning far out to the forest age. The boys asleep?
They will be soon.
Ready now for a fair summer.
Aye,
Are you well today?
I am.
I think you're sad again, Elizabeth. Are you?
It's just... You come so late. thought you got to Salem this afternoon.
Why? I have no business in Salem.
Mary Warren's there today.
You heard me forbid her go to Salem anymore.
I couldn't stop her.
You're the mistress here, Elizabeth, not Mary Warren.
She frightened all of my strength away.
How may that mouse frighten you, Elizabeth? You!
It is no mouse no more. I forbid her go, and she raises up her chin to me like the daughter of some prince and says, I must go to Salem, Goody Proctor. I'm an official of the court.
What court?
Aye. It is a proper court they have now. And at the head is the deputy governor of the province. Deputy Governor promised hanging. If they'll confess, John, I think. The town's gone wild. Mary Warren speak of Abigail Williams as though she were a saint. Folks are brought before them, and if Abigail scream and howl and fall to the floor, the person's clapped in jail for bewitching her.
Oh, it is a black mischief.
I think you must go to Salem, John. You must tell him it is a fraud.
Aye, it is surely.
And let you go to Ezekiel Cheever. He knows you well, and tell him what she said to you last week at her uncle's house. She said it had naught to do with witchcraft, did she not?
Aye, she did.
God forbid you keep that from the court, John.
I'm only wondering how I may prove what I heard. I was in a room alone with her.
You were alone with her?
For a moment, aye.
Why, then it is not as you told me.
Woman, I'll not have your suspicion anymore.
I have no.
I'll not have it.
Then let you not earn it.
You doubt me yet?
John, if it were not Abigail that you must go to hurt, would you fault now? I think not.
No more! I should have roared you down when I first heard your suspicion, but I wilted, and like a Christian I confessed. Some dream I had must have mistaken you for God that day, but you're not. Let you remember it. Let you look for the goodness in me and judge me not.
I do not judge you. I never thought you but a good man, John, only somewhat bewildered.
Oh, Elizabeth, your justice would freeze beer. And you! How do you go to Salem when I forbid it? I'll whip you if you dare leave this house again.
I'm sick, Mr. Proctor. I'm in proceedings all day, sir.
When will you proceed to keep this house, as you are paid £9 a year to do, and my wife not wholly well?
I made a gift for you today, Goody Proctor.
Why? It is a fair pot.
Mary, is it true there be 14 women arrested?
No, sir. There be 39 now.
Why, she's weeping. What ails you, child?
Goody Osborne will hang.
Hang?
Aye.
The deputy governor will permit it?
He must. He sentenced her. But not Sarah Good. For Sarah Good confessed, you see.
Confessed to what?
That she made a compact with Lucifer, and sometimes wrote her name in his black book with her blood.
But surely you told him what a jabberer she is.
Mr. Proctor, in an open court, she nearly choked us all to death.
How choked you?
She sent her spirit out.
Oh, Mary, surely you.
She tried to kill me many times, Goody Proctor.
Mary Warren, you will not go to that court again.
I must tell you, sir, I will be gone every day. I'm surprised you not see what weighty work we do, for it's God's work we do. So I'll be gone every day for some time. I'm an official of the court, they say. And
I'll official you!
I'll not stand whipping no more, Mr. Proctor. The devil's loose in Salem, and we must discover where he's hiding.
Then I'll whip the devil out of you!
I saved your life today.
I am accused?
You are somewhat mentioned. But seeing as I live so closely with you, they dismissed it when I told them I'd never seen you send your spirit out to hurt no one.
Who accused me?
I am bound by law, I cannot say.
Go to bed.
I'll not be ordered to bed no more, Mr. Proctor. I am 18 and a woman, however, single.
Oh, the noose. The noose is up!
There'll be no noose.
I knew all we would come to this! She wants me dead, John, you know it!
Elizabeth, they dismissed it. You heard her say.
Go to Abigail.
What have I to say to Abigail?
John, grant me this. You have a faulty understanding of young girls, and there is a promise made in any bed.
What promise?
Spoke or silent, a promise is surely made. She may dote on it now, I am sure she does, and then thinks to kill me, and then to take my place. Go, and tell her she's a whore! Whatever promise you make sense. Break it, John, break it.
Good, I'll go.
Oh, how unwillingly.
I see now your spirit twists around the single air of my life, and I will never tear it free.
You'll tear it free when you come to know that I will be your only wife, or no wife at all.
Good evening.
Why, Mr. Hale, good evening to you, sir. You're not used to visitors this late. Will you sit?
I will, thank you. I hope not to keep you long, but I have some business with you.
Business of the court?
No. I come of my own without the court's authority. I do not know if you are aware, but Goody Proctor were mentioned today in court.
We know it, sir. Our Mayor Warren told us. We were entirely amazed.
I am a stranger here, as you know. And so, this afternoon and now tonight, I go from house to house. I've just come from Rebecca Nurse's house and...
Rebecca's charged.
God forbid such a one be charged. She is, however, mentioned somewhat.
You will never believe, I hope, that Rebecca trafficked with the devil.
Woman, it is surely possible. I've come tonight, sir, to put some questions as to the Christian character of this household, if you'll permit me.
Why, we have no fear of questions, sir.
Good then. Now, in the book of record that Mr. Paris keeps, I note that you were rarely in church on Sabbath day.
No, sir, you are mistaken.
Only 26 times in 17 months. I must call that rare, sir.
I did not know I must account to that man whether I go to church or stay at home. My wife was sick this winter.
So I am told. But you, mister, why could you not come alone?
Well, I surely did come when I could. And when I could not, I prayed right here in this house.
And yet, mister, a Christian must be in church on the Sabbath. Tell me, you have 3 children?
Aye, boys.
How come it that only 2 are baptized?
I like it not that Mr. Parrish should lay his hand upon my baby. I see no light of God in that man. I will not conceal it.
I hate to say it, Mr. Proctor, but that is not for you to decide. The man is ordained, therefore the light of God is in him.
What is your suspicion, Mr. Hale?
There is a softness in your record, sir. A softness. Tell me, Miss Proctor, do you know your commandments?
I surely do.
And you, mister?
Why, I am sure I do.
Let me repeat them then, if you will.
Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods, nor make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord in vain. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt honor thy father and mother. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
You have said that twice, sir.
Aye.
Adultery, John.
Aye. You see, sir, between the 2 of us, we do know them all. I think it be a small fault.
I think you must tell him now, John.
What's that?
I have no evidence except for my word be taken, but I know the children's sickness had not to do with witchcraft.
What?
They were dancing in the woods and were discovered by Mr. Parris. They became startled and took sick.
Who told you this?
Abigail Williams, sir.
Nonsense. Mister, I have examined Tituba, Sarah Good, and numerous others that have confessed to dealings with Satan. They have confessed it.
And why not, if they must hang for denying it?
John, they take my wife from Rebecca Nurse.
Rebecca's in the jail.
My wife is the very brick and mortar of the church, Mr. Hale. And Martha Corey, there cannot be a woman closer yet to God than Martha.
Good evening to you, John Proctor.
Mr. Cheever, I hope you come not on business of the court as well.
I do, Proctor. I have a warrant for your wife.
You said she were not charged.
I know nothing of it.
Who charged her?
Why, Abigail Williams charged her.
On what proof?
Will you please hand me any poppets you may keep here?
I never kept any poppets, not since I were a girl.
I spy a poppet, Goody Proctor.
Oh, why, this is Mary's.
Would you please hand it here?
What signifies a poppet?
Why, this.
What meaning has it?
It is a needle. Why, Proctor, this go hard with her. I had my doubts, Proctor. I had my doubts. But here's calamity.
By God, what is it, man?
The girl, the Williams girl, Abigail Williams, sir. She's out to dinner at Reverend Parris's house tonight. And with that word, nor warning, she fell to the floor and stuck 2 inches in the flesh of her belly. He drawed a needle and demanded of her how she became so stabbed. He claimed it was your wife's familiar spirit who stabbed it in.
I hope you're not taking this for proof, Mr. Hale. Mary Warren, is this your puppet?
Why, yes, sir. I made it in court today and give it to Goody Proctor tonight.
Mary Warren, a needle were found inside that puppet.
Why, I meant no harm by it, sir.
You stuck that needle in yourself, Mary?
I believe I did, sir.
Then you charge a cold, cruel murder on Abigail Williams.
Murder? I charge no.
Abigail were found tonight with a needle stuck 2 inches into the flesh of her belly.
And she charges me.
I.
Why? The girl is murder! She must be ripped out of the world!
You heard that, sir? Ripped out of the world.
Get out of my house!
Proctor, if she is innocent...
If she is innocent, why do you never wonder if Paris be innocent? Or Abigail?
John! I think I must go with them.
Fear nothing, Elizabeth. I will bring you home soon.
John, bring me soon.
Fear nothing. I will fall like an ocean on that court. Out of my sight. And you are coming to that court with me, Mary. You will tell them the truth.
Mr. Proctor, if I say anything, Abby will kill me. She'll charge lechery on you, Mr. Proctor.
My wife will never die from me, Mary. Make your peace with it.
Mr. Proctor, please. Please, Mr. Proctor, I cannot.
Now, Martha Corey, we have abundant evidence in our hands to show that you have given yourself to the taking of fortunes. Do you deny it?
I am innocent to a witch, and I know not what a witch is.
How then do you know that you are not one?
If I were, I would know it.
Why do you hurt these children?
I do not hurt them! I scorn it!
I have evidence for the court. Thomas Putnam is reaching out for land.
Remove that man, Marshal.
A fart on Thomas Putnam. You're hearing lies. Lies.
Arrest him, Excellency.
But I have evidence. Why will you not hear it? Hands off me. Let me go.
You cannot stay here, Giles. It's a court.
Pray be calm a moment.
But they'll be hanging my wife.
How do you dare come roaring into this court? Are you gone daft, Corey?
All I said was she was reading her books. Then you come and take her out of my house.
Excellency, he does claim hard evidence for his wife's defense.
Then let him submit in proper affidavit. I am certain you are aware of our procedure here, Mr. Hale.
Aye.
Clear this room. We are desperate, sir. We come here 3 days now and cannot be heard. Who is this man? Francis Nurse, Your Excellency.
His wife's Rebecca that were condemned this morning.
Let you write your plea, and in due time I will. Excellency, we have proof for your eyes. God forbid you shut them to it. The girls, sir. The girls are frauds. What's what? We have proof of it, sir. They're all deceiving you. This is contempt, sir. Contempt. Excellency, I never thought to say it with such a weighty judge. But you are deceived.
Mary Warren, what are you about here?
She would speak with the deputy governor.
And who is this?
John Proctor, sir. Elizabeth Proctor is my wife.
Beware this man, Your Excellency. This man is mischief.
Excellency, I think you must hear the girl.
Peace. What would you tell us, Mary Warren?
She never saw no spirits, sir.
Never saw no spirits? Never!
She was also signed a deposition.
Why? Sir, I must ask you this. Are you aware that the contention of the state is that the voice of heaven is speaking through these children?
Aye.
And you, Mary Warren, how came you to cry out upon others for sending their spirits?
It were pretense, sir.
I cannot hear you.
It were pretense, she says.
Ah, then Susanna Walcott and the others, they are also lying?
Aye, sir.
Now, mister, it is my duty to tell you this. We burn a hot fire here. It melts down all concealment. Are you certain in your evidence, sir, that it is the truth?
It is, and you will surely know it.
And your purpose in so doing?
Why, I would free my wife, sir.
there lurks nowhere in your heart, nor anywhere in your spirit, any desire to undermine this court.
No, sir.
Now, I warn you, sir, I have seen marvels in this court. I have seen people choked by spirits, slashed by daggers, and stabbed by needles. I have not until this moment one reason to believe that the girls may be lying.
Excellency, does it not strike upon you that so many of these people have lived so long with such upright reputation?
Mr. Proctor, this morning your wife sent me a claim in which she states she is pregnant now.
My wife's pregnant?
There be no sign of it. We have examined her body.
But if she says she is pregnant, then she must be. That woman would never lie, Mr. Danforth.
She will not.
Never, sir.
Now, Mr. Proctor, we will keep her yet another month, and if she begins to show her natural signs, then you will have her living yet another year until she is delivered. Will you drop these charges?
I think I cannot.
Then your purpose is somewhat larger.
He's come to overthrow the court, Your Excellency.
These are my friends. Their wives are also...
Sir, I judge you not. I am ready to hear your evidence.
Will you read this first, sir? It's a sort of testament. People signing it declare their good opinion of Rebecca, my wife, and Martha Corey.
Their good opinion?
These are all covenant people, sir. Landholding farmers, members of the church. If you'll notice, sir, they've all known the women many years and never saw they had no dealings with the devil.
How many names are here?
91, Your Excellency.
These people should be summoned for questioning.
Mr. Danforth, I gave them all my word no harm would come to them for signing this.
This is a clear attack upon the court.
Is every defense an attack upon the court? Can no one...
All innocent and Christian people are happy for the courts in Salem. These people are gloomy for it. And I would want to tell you, from each and every one of them, what discontents them with you.
I think they ought to be examined, sir.
It is not necessarily an attack, yet.
These are all covenanted Christians, sir.
Then I am certain they have nothing to fear. Mr. Cheever, have warrants drawn for all of these. Arrest for examination.
I have brought trouble on these people, I have.
Oh, no, you have not, old man, if they are of good conscience. But you must all understand, you are either with this court or against it. There be no in-between. But by God's grace, the shining sun is up, and them that fear not light will surely praise it. She's not hardy, I see.
No, she's not. Mary, remember what the angel Raphael said to the boy Tobias. Do that which is good, and no harm shall come to thee.
Come, man, we wait you.
This is Mary Warren's deposition. I would ask you to remember, sir, that until 2 weeks ago, she were no different than these children are today. We all heard her. She screamed and howled. She swore familiar spirits tried to choke her. She even testified that Satan, in the form of women now in jail, tried to steal her soul away. And when she refused...
We know all this.
Aye. Well, sir, now she declares that she never saw no spirits and that her friends are lying.
Excellency, a moment, sir. I think this goes to the heart of the matter.
It surely does.
In all justice, sir, a claim so weighty cannot be argued by a farmer. Send him home and let him come again with a lawyer.
You surely do not doubt my justice.
Mr. Danforth, I have signed 72 death warrants. I am a minister of the Lord, and I dare not take life without there be solid proof for it.
I should like to question.
Mr. Parris, I bid you be silent. Mary Warren, how came you to this turnabout?
I cannot lie no more, sir. I am with God.
Now, children, Mary Warren has given us a deposition in which she states that she never saw no spirits nor manifestations of the devil. I bid you now, children, if she speak true, drop your guile, for a quick confession will go easier upon you. Abigail Williams, rise. Is there truth to this?
No, sir.
A puppet were discovered in Goody Proctor's house, stabbed by a needle. Mary Warren claims that you saw her make the puppet, and that you saw her put the needle in the puppet for good keeping. What say you?
It is a lie, sir.
Now, when you worked for the Proctors, did you often see puppets in their house?
Goody Proctor always kept puppets.
Your Honor, my wife never kept no puppets. Mary Warren confesses it was hers.
You are charging Abigail Williams with a marvelous cool plot to murder?
Aye. I believe she means to murder.
Abigail Williams, I bid you now, search your heart and tell me this. For to God each soul is precious, and his vengeance is terrible on them that take life without cause. Is it possible, child, that these manifestations are not some illusion that come only when...
I have been hurt, Mr. Danforth. I have seen my blood running out. I have been near to murdered every day because I've done my duty pointing out the devil's people. And this is my reward, to be mistrusted, denied, questioned like a...
Child, I do not mistrust
Let you beware, Mr. Danforth. Think you to be so mighty that the power of hell may not turn your wits? Beware of it.
What is it, child?
I know not. A wind, a cold wind has come.
Abby!
Your Honor, I grieve.
They are pretending!
Mary, do you send this shadow on me?
Lord, save me!
Oh, Heavenly Father, please take away this
Lord! How do you dare call heaven?
Man, you will prove this. This will not pass.
I have known this girl.
You are a lecher?
This girl, she used to serve me in my house. And my wife took her soon after and put her out on the high road. For what she is, a lump of vanity, sir. Excellency, forgive me. My wife is innocent except she know a whore when she see one.
You deny every scrap and tittle of this.
If I have to answer that, then I will leave this court right now and I will not come back.
She does not deny it, Mr. Danforth.
You will remain where you are. Sit you down. Mr. Cheever, go into the court and fetch Goody Proctor and tell her not one word of what's conspired here. Your wife, you say, is an honest woman.
In her life, sir, she has never lied.
And when she put this girl out, she put her out for a harlot.
Aye.
And knew her for a harlot.
Yes, sir.
And child, if she tell me it were for harlotry, then may God spread his mercy upon you. Enter, and turn your back, the both of you. Come here, woman. Look at me alone. I take it to understand that at one point you dismissed Abigail Williams from your service.
That is true, sir.
For what purpose?
She dissatisfied me.
Woman, you will look in my eyes alone, not at your husband. Was she slovenly, lazy? What disturbance did she cause?
Your Honor, that time I was sick, and in my sickness, you see, sir, we were a long time sick after my last baby, and I thought I saw my husband somewhat turning from me. And this girl, I came to think he fancied her. So one night I lost my wits and I sent her out on the high road, but that is all.
Answer my question then. Is your husband a lecher?
No, sir.
Remove her.
Elizabeth, tell them the truth.
She has spoken. Remove her.
Elizabeth, I have confessed it.
Oh, John.
She only thought to say my name.
What is it, child?
It's on the beam! Behind the rafter! Why do you come, yellow bird? But my face. But God made my face. You cannot want to tear my face. Envy is a deadly sin, Mary.
Abby, I'm here!
Mary, please don't hurt me.
You cannot believe them.
She sees nothing. She sees nothing.
Abby, you mustn't!
Abby, you mustn't!
I'm here!
I'm here!
Mary Warren, draw back your spirit out of them.
Mr. Danforth!
Mr. Danforth!
Do you compact with the devil?
Never! Never!
Never! Stop it! Stop it! The wings! Mary's going to come down! Don't touch me!
Mary!
You're the devil's man!
Mary, how?
I'll not hang with you! I love God!
He bid you do the devil's work?
He commanded me by night and day to sign my name. He want my name.
What are you? You are combined with Antichrist, are you not? I have seen your power, mister. You will not deny this.
This is not witchcraft. These girls are frauds, and you condemn an honest man!
Oh, I'll have nothing more from you, Mr. Hale. What say you, sir? Do you befoul yourself with hell, or will you confess this black allegiance? What say you?
I say that God is dead!
Marshal, take this man to the jail.
I denounce these proceedings.
You are pulling down heaven and raising up a whore!
And I quit this court!
Mr. Hale! Mr. Hale!
I think Paris has a madman about him these days.
Mad?
Well, I met him coming out of his house yesterday and bid him good morning, and he went on his way. I do not think it good that the village see him so.
He does seem to have a sorrow upon him these days.
Good morning, sirs. Thank you for coming.
Reverend Hale have no right to enter this. What is his business here?
Reverend Hale has come to return Rebecca Nurse to God.
And she softens?
Not yet. But I thought to summon you, sir, that we might think on whether or not be wise too. There is news, sir, that the court must reckon with. My niece. I believe she's vanished.
Vanished? How long?
This be the third night, sir. Mercy Lewis is gone too.
Why, we shall send a party out. We will find the girls.
Excellency, I think they be aboard a ship. My daughter tells me now you were speaking of ships last week. And tonight I discovered my strongbox broken into.
She have robbed you?
31 pound is gone. I am penniless.
Oh, Mr. Paris, you truly are a brainless man.
Excellency, it should profit nothing you should blame me. I cannot think they would run off from Salem other than they fear to keep him. Since the news of Andover is broken here.
Andover is remedied. The courts will resume examinations Friday.
I'll tell you what is said here, sir. Andover has thrown out the court, they say, and will have no part of witchcraft. And there is a faction feeding on the news from there. And I'll tell you true, sir. I fear there'll be a riot here.
Riot? Why, at every execution I have been to, there's been naught but high satisfaction in the town.
Judge Hawthorne, it is another sort that hanged until now. Rebecca Nurse is no Bridget, who lived with Bishop for 3 years before she married him. John Proctor's no Isaac Ward, who drank his family in ruin. Send Rebecca Nurse up on the gibbet and let her send some righteous prayer, for I fear she'll wake a vengeance on you.
She have been condemned a witch. The court have.
Excellency, I'll postpone these hangings for a time.
There will be no postponement.
Excellency, Mr. Hale has returned. There is hope, I think.
There will be no postponement. Ah, Reverend Hale, I am pleased to see that you are returned to your good work, sir.
You must pardon them, sir. They will not budge.
Rebecca Nurse will not confess.
The sun is soon rising, sir. I must have more time.
You all misunderstand me. I cannot pardon people for a crime others have been hung for. It is not just. Now, have you spoken with all of them?
All but Proctor. He is in the dungeon.
What's his way?
Proctor, you not know he lived, except you will take food from time to time.
His wife. She is well on the child, is she not?
She is, sir.
Mr. Paris, you have closer knowledge of the man than I. Is it possible that his wife may soften him?
It is possible, sir. He has not laid eyes upon her in these 3 months. You should summon her.
Fetch Goody Proctor. Ah, Goody Proctor, I hope you are hearty.
I am yet 6 months before my time.
Fear not, woman. We come not for your life. We merely wish that you... Mr. Hale, would you please speak?
Your husband is marked to hang this morning.
I have heard it.
Goody Proctor, you know, don't you, that I have no affiliation with the court anymore. I have come here to rescue your husband, for if he hangs, I count myself his murderer.
What do you want of me?
Goody Proctor, I have gone this 3 month like our Lord into the wilderness, for damnation's doubled on a minister who counsels men to lie.
Lies? No, you cannot speak of lies.
It is a lie! They are innocent!
No more, no more.
Let you not mistake your duty as I mistook my own. Life, woman. Life is God's most precious gift. And no action of any man can justify the taking of it.
I think that be the devil's argument.
Woman, please.
I promise nothing. But let me speak with him.
Thank you.
You have been chained?
Aye. The child?
It grows.
There's no word of the boys.
They're well. Rebecca's Daniel keeps them.
You have not seen them?
I have not.
You are a marvel, Elizabeth. They come from my life now.
I know it.
None have yet confessed.
There be many confessed.
Who are they?
There be 100 or more, they say. Ballard is one. They say a good kind is one. There be many.
Rebecca?
Not Rebecca. She is 1 foot in heaven now. Naught may hurt her more.
And Giles?
You have not heard it?
I hear nothing where I am kept.
Giles is dead.
When were he hanged?
We're not hanged. He would not answer yea or nay to his indictment, for they would surely hang him and auction out his property. So we stand mute, and died Christian under the law.
Then how does he die?
Great stones they lay upon his chest, until he plead yea or nay. They say he gave him but 2 words, more weight, and then died.
I am thinking of confessing to them. What say you if I give them that?
I cannot judge you, John.
What would you have me do, Elizabeth?
As you will, I would have it. I want you living, John, that's sure.
My honesty is broken. I am no good man. Nothing spoiled by giving them this lie that were not rotten long before.
And yet you've not confessed until now. That speak goodness in you.
Spite. Spite alone keeps me silent. I would have your forgiveness, Elizabeth.
It is not for me to give, John. I am.
I would have you see some honesty in me.
John, you come to naught that I should forgive you. Will you forgive yourself? It is your soul, John. Only be sure of this, for I know it now. Whatever you may do, it is a good man that does it. I have sins in my own account. Take a cold wife to prompt lechery.
Enough.
Better you should know me.
I will not hear it. I do know you.
You take my sins upon you, John.
No, Elizabeth, I take my own.
I counted myself so plain, so poorly made, no honest love could come to me. Suspicion kissed you when I did, and never knew how to save my love. It were a cold house I kept, and...
What say you, Proctor?
I want my life.
You will confess yourself?
I will have my life.
He will confess. Proctor will confess.
Why do you cry it? It is evil, is it not?
Praise to God, man. You will be blessed in heaven for this. Now come. Did you see the devil?
Aye.
And did he bid you do his work upon the earth?
He did.
And did you bind yourself to the devil?
Aye.
Goody nurse.
Ah, John, you are well, then, eh?
Now, man, courage, so that she might follow your good example. did you bind yourself to the devil?
Why, John! I did.
Now, woman, you surely see now it profits nothing to keep this conspiracy any further. Will you not confess yourself with them?
Why, it is a lie. How may I damn myself?
Take her out.
Mr. Proctor, did you see Rebecca Nurse with the devil?
No.
Mr. Proctor, did you see anyone with the devil?
I did not.
Sir, you misunderstand. I will not trade your life for a lie.
I speak for my own sins. I cannot judge another.
Excellency, it's enough that he's already confessed. Just let him sign it, please.
So be it. Cheever. Come, ma'am.
There, you have all witnessed it.
Sir, I must have it. It is not enough.
No! You have all witnessed it. What more is needed?
Proctor, the village must have proof that...
Damn the village! I have confessed my sins. What more is needed?
Sir, the village must know of your confession so they know that your sins were black.
Is there no good penitence but it be public? God does not need my name nailed upon the church. God sees how black my sins are.
It is the same, is it not, whether I report it or you sign to it?
No, it is not the same. What I sign and what you say, no, it is not the same.
Then explain to me, sir, why you will not.
Because it is my name. Because I cannot have another in my life. Because I lie and sign myself to lies. I am not worth the dust on the feet of them that hang. I have given you my soul. Leave me my name.
Is that confession a lie? I will not keep you from the rope.
Man, you cannot.
Marshal,
you will hang.
Pray and speak some goodness for me. Give them no tear, Elizabeth. Show them a heart of stone and sink them with it.
Hang them high above the town for all to see. Take them.
Go to him. Goody Proctor, there is still yet time.
Woman, plead with him. For God's sake, take his shame away.
He have his goodness now. God forbid I take it from him.